Deer Park High School tonight volleyball match between Deer Park Wildcats and the Dixon Mariemont Warriors. Before we start, I'm going to come to you like no other. At this time, if you are able, please rise, remove your hats, and sing our national anthem.
Welcome to our first commentary for Varsity Volleyball as our Deer Park Wildcats are taking on the Mariemont Warriors. The Wildcats are coming off of a tight, close, kind of opening multiple games this season. Every set, whether it's been win or lose, has been close, including a very intense third set on Saturday against, let me confirm, school CNE. The score was 30-28. Very much back and forth. Really happy for our girls to have pulled out that one going into what is the CHL opener for Deer Park and for Mariemont as well as the whole league. Mariemont comes in top of the table in the CHL, undefeated, 2-0, beating Blanchester as one of the teams early on this season. That ball falls in the corner. Coming into this one, we will be seeing three of the top five attackers in the CHL, with number 10 over on Mariemont, Annie Tully, who has been on a tear so far in their first two games, with a 15 kill game against Blanchester and a 17 kill game against Bethel Tate. So a lot of their attacks are going through Annie here. So look for her, number 10 over in blue on the left side of your screen. And then the other two is our own Abby Woodley and Callan Morgan to round out. We have Deer Park currently has the top blocker, or tied for the top blocker in the CHL, with senior Mackenzie Denson. Digs, we have three of the top five with Abby Beach, Greer Sibelia, and Fiona Douglas. And then assists is where it's going to get really interesting for both right now. At this moment, no stats from tonight's games being included. We are seeing the number 1 and 2 assist leaders going at it between these two. Ellie Schuster, sorry if I said that wrong, is leading in the CHL, but only by one to our own Abby Beach, who just hit career, or she did it for aces. So Abby hit career ace number 100, which we have only had, she is the 7th. And just in the first week alone, she has jumped from that 7th position all the way up to 4th all time in the CHL, or not in CHL, in our program history. It's my first game getting back into the swing of this. So rough start for the Wildcats here in the first. Right now, they are not what some volleyball people will call the campfire. They're in the middle of the court. They are not covering that well on the defensive side, and Mariemont has been able to capitalize for a couple quick points. Morgan goes up for the hit. It is dug back. Sibelia is all on that one. Nice strong swing. Beach is able to get a hand on it. There is Riley Carr. And a hitting error on Morgan gives the point back to the Warriors. So Mariemont jumps out to a 7-1 lead here in set number 1. If this is your first broadcast with us, Varsity Volleyball plays a best 3 out of 5 sets. Each sets 1 through 4 will be to 25, and should we need a 5th set, that is the 15. It's kind of treated like an overtime period. So that one's like a sprint. Every other set is almost like a marathon type of thing. You have to keep everything all throughout. But that 5th set is legitimately a sprint. So our JV team prior to this one, if you were not watching that stream, JV with the sweep over Mariemont, close. They were able to pull out a close second set. They are currently undefeated for the year. They did not play on Saturday for the tri-match. Some of them were dressed for the two varsity games that we hosted here on Saturday, which we will actually be hosting another one of those this upcoming week. If you would like to come up, we are welcoming in Northwest and New Miami for games at 10, 11, and 12. So that 11 o'clock will be Northwest taking on New Miami. Gives our Wildcats a 1 game break, which is um, the perk of hosting is we get to be the team that takes that middle game break. So coming out on Saturday, enjoy 3 matches of volleyball. And that'll be the next time our girls are back on the court. So very light week uh, for them this week. And some of that is due to our football team being scheduled to take on Schroeder on Thursday. It kind of messes with the rest of our sports with that because we have, coming from a small school, you've got girls doing multiple different things. Just looking at our volleyball team, heading into this timeout, we have a couple of our girls that are athletic training student assistants working with our athletic trainer, Alex, and we have some that are cheerleaders. So it makes, scheduling a volleyball game when there's a Thursday night football game pretty tough. So this will be it until Saturday for them this week. So slow start for Deer Park. Head coach Megan Beach is calling timeout, hoping to rally the girls. We lost 3 big seniors last year. With Grace Loudon anchoring that back line as our libero. Greer Sibelia is taking that spot, and then losing both Camille and Abby Pettyjohn. So 2 of the 3 kind of triple towers we had with Abby, and Camille. So we look for Woodley to kind of catch fire here, and we know it can happen. She's got our kills in a match and kills in a season record. If you would like to take a closer look at our top 5 for all those categories, go ahead and head on over to Facebook, X/Twitter, or Instagram, and those numbers will be there. Just the assists or the aces has changed a little bit. So big block for Deer Park, gets the side out. Senior Mackenzie Denson heads back to the service line. All right, so side out goes to the Warriors. We've got the libero sub, so Grosabilia is back in. Mackenzie Denson is going to take a seat. That ball falls closer to the elbow of the basketball lane. So Mariemont is up big so far in this first set, 15-4. Um, so far this season, our Wildcats kind of get on a slow start. In the first couple matches, we have taken on. We had the tri match on Saturday, and then Williamsburg um, last week as well. So the Warriors back to serve, and that's going to hit in that back corner. So an ace for the Warriors gives them a 17-4 lead here in the first. Alrighty, so the Wildcats look for a quick side out, get the ball back. Hedges would like to have kept that on our side of the net. Liza is a sophomore. She also plays a little bit of JV as well. So we've got some subs coming in. So Callan Morgan re-enters the game as well as Riley Carr. Outside hit for the Warriors. We were able to get a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds. So 19 serving 6 here in the first. Morgan with the nice strong swing. She currently is sitting at 20 kills early on in her senior season. She was injured at the tail end of last year, so happy to see her back and healthy for one last ride this year. Beach sends that one over. Can't cover on the block. So the Warriors enter the volleyball red zone, 5 points away from taking set number 1. Free ball goes over. Nice spot for that free ball. And there we go. Finally covering that middle. Morgan with the swing. Warriors are able to cover up that block. Denson trying to go for the middle of the court. And it falls between Riley Carr and Greer Sibilia. Morgan with the attack. And it goes wide. All right, so the Warriors 3 points away from taking set 1, but follows up with the service error. So side out, ball goes to the Wildcats. Abby Beach back to serve. I'm looking at it correctly. Yes. Couldn't quite get a full hand on that. Back in serve receive, we've got Sibilia, Carr, and Douglas, if I'm looking at this correctly. Beach sets up Morgan. Kind of playing a little bit of ping pong dominoes there. Sibilia with the recovery. Free ball goes over. And that block hits that line. Mariemont is saying that it was out. But so are we saying it's a replay? He definitely just motioned that it was, yes. So when for those of you that were watching closely, you saw the up official, which is the official closest to the camera, kind of do 2 thumbs up. That is a replay signal, which means that point basically didn't happen, and we will score stays the same, and we move on. Not sure why. Maybe they are thinking they missed like a 4th contact on that little bit of a ping pong action. But Deer Park is able to get the side out in the next point. Morgan back to serve, looking to go on a run. And that ball hits that line. So we have set point number 1 coming up for the Warriors. Free ball goes over. And that is going to fall to end set number 1. The Warriors 25, your Wildcats 9. So we will be back here in a couple minutes for set number 2. All right, and we are back for set number 2. So the good thing about volleyball is the score resets once one team gets to 25 or more, depending on the situation. Obviously, with the score for the third set on Saturday. So yeah, so it's a new ball game here. That first one can go in the memory bank, and we move on. Denson with the swing. Beach gets a hand on it, but the ball ends up in the rafters, and Sibelia can't quite get to it. So it'll be side out Warriors. Back in serve receive for Deer Park, we got Sibilia, Carr, and Douglas. Beach sets up Morgan, who goes just wide. So Warriors with a 2-point lead. Nice pass by Carr. Swing by the lefty Douglas. Mariemont's able to get it over. And a very smart play by the senior setter, Abby Beach. Just finding that opening from that kind of back and forth. So she is able just to send it over and find a hole in the Mariemont defense. All right, back serving is Liza Hedges. Coming in for Callan Morgan. Abby Woodley has entered the game as well. They're saying that we got a touch on that one before it went out of bounds. So it'll be Mariemont's serve. Pass up by Hedges. Beach with the error on that long pass sends it right over, and Mariemont's able to put it right back on Deer Park's side before we were ready for it. Hedges with the smart play, because that one could have definitely fallen and hit a line. Lots of free balls here to start this off. Kill for Mariemont. So if you're Deer Park, you look to get a little bit more aggressive with your swings. As we talked about in the top part of the broadcast, we have got a couple of the top hitters as well as one of the top setters in the conference as of now. And, we're not utilizing them with the swings. We are electing to just do free balls, which allows your opponent to be in system and makes it 10 times harder to defend. Woodley with the swing. Beach goes back to Woodley. Ball is blocked back. Ball falls in the campfire area. Looked like we definitely got hands on it at the net, but it was once it got past the blocker's hands there. Again, we got our hands on it, but falls on our side of the net. That has happened quite a few times here so far in this match. So you look for strong hands to bounce that ball back to the Warrior side. And Mariemont's got themselves an ace. And head coach Megan Beach is going to take a timeout, talk it over. We will be back in about 30 seconds. All right, the Warriors with back-to-back aces. So Deer Park looks to, uh, get this serving run done. Woodley with the hitting error gives the Warriors a 10-point lead. All right, that was a nice line shot for Abby Woodley there. We look to get her going here in the second set. Mackenzie Denson back to serve. We are in our first libero kind of rotation. So your libero can only serve for one person. So a lot of times you are subbing out your middles for your libero. Some teams do a little bit different, but we sub out Kaylee Thomas and Mackenzie Denson, kind of do the rotations with Greer Sibilia as our libero, and Greer will serve for Thomas, but Denson will serve. What's interesting is this year for school ball, they are actually allowing liberos for the first time at the junior high level. So some libero rule changes this year. There was also some that affected the high school level, like if you wanted to utilize more than one libero while they can't be on the floor at the same time, you can do um, some interesting subs. You look at the college level, and some of these teams are utilizing two liberos based off of the other team's offense with it. So now one of the things they added with that is you can use a libero down at the junior high levels for the first time. If you head on over to Huddle Fan on Mondays or Wednesdays when our junior high teams are home, we actually broadcast them as well. They just go over to the Huddle streaming service, but still completely free, as this YouTube is. So service error gives the ball back to, or the serve back to Mariemont. Deer Park looks for a quick side out as they are in a 9-point deficit, and we get it. So hit that middle of the floor right on the outside of our newly painted gym floor with the Ohio in the middle. Those of you who did not see the social media post that went out over the summer, we got a new paint design on our floor. It's a lot more simple than the other one, but as well as, the state of Ohio that's in the middle has grown compared to the other one. So new look for Deer Park. We had that other floor for roughly about 10 years. You know, 10 years ago, we completely redid our gym. I was still in college, but new gym floor, new bleachers, all that. So that design lasted a decent while, but it was time for a little bit of a facelift. And we've got our new and exciting gym floor. Alrighty, sorry about that. Had to step away for a quick second. We are approaching the Warriors being in the volleyball red zone. So that is when you are 5 points away from taking either the set or the match. Learned that from a commentator that was doing the Final Four for, or the tournament for the college volleyball. It was one thing and it kind of stuck with me. So Deer Park looks to pull themselves out of this hole. It is an 8-point deficit. Sophomore Greer Sibilia back to serve. We are in the second of the libero rotation. So Mackenzie Denson is back in, and Callie Thomas did take a seat. And then Morgan with the error. With the hitting error, brings the Warriors into the red zone. All right, so Warriors are 4 points away from taking set number 2, but stick with us. One of the perks for volleyball is what is called a reverse sweep, which the Wildcats will need to do to take this match. Should Mariemont take this second set. So a reverse sweep is when a team is down 2-0, and then the team that was down wins the third, fourth, and fifth. So instead of winning the first 3 sets, you are winning the last 3 sets. So there is still plenty of volleyball left to be played here tonight. You can never count out our Wildcats. They will push and claw their way in. We saw that on Saturday with the um, their second match against CNE. There was times where they were down a couple and all of that, and we ended up coming back and that third set taking it 30-28, and taking the match for that one. Because for try matches, instead of 3 of 5 like we are playing tonight, you only play best 2 out of 3 due to having multiple varsity level matches, and you're playing at least 2 total matches. So most places will, when you are having multiple in one day, you're playing best 2 out of 3 instead of 3 out of 5, because 3 out of 5 games can, I mean, I've got my brother here. He probably remembers some of my long ones that went 4 or 5, type of thing. So Warriors now 2 points away from taking set number 2. And our defense just needs to step it up. A lot of errors with passing. We haven't been really aggressive so far in this one, minus Abbey Beach. So instead of electing for free balls, we need to swing a little bit more, because just as that point kind of proves it, you really test out an opponent's defense when you swing compared to a free ball. And when you test the defense, you then get their attack out of system, which could potentially mean someone other than your setter is taking the second ball. Maybe they have to free ball it over. So a lot for them to kind of click on. And like I said, there is still plenty to be played tonight. This one is long from over. So stick with us through. And they're saying a Warrior was in the net. So another point for Deer Park. Going on a little bit of a run. We send back the overpass. Beach sends it over. The amount of times we have gotten our hands on a block and it just does not fall our way has been insane today. So, set point number one for the Warriors, and they are going to ace it out. So, the Warriors take set number two. They look to take the match in the third set while our Wildcats look to pull off the reverse sweep. We will be back here in a couple minutes for set number three. All right, we are right getting going here in set number three. Mariemont will have first serve. So Deer Park would look for a quick side out. All right, so the rest of the week for Deer Park, just all together. So today our cross country team started off their season out at Clark, or taking on Clark, or Clark Invitational, whatever it is, but it's at Withrow. And then tomorrow, our junior high girls will be heading over to Madeira, take on the Amazons. Friday, as I have already mentioned, our football team will be heading out for some Thursday night football action, taking on Schroeder, who is coming off of a loss to Madeira. So it looks to be a good one for Deer Park there. Keep up on our social media. So far, I have not been able to find any streaming links for that one. If I do, I will post it out. And again, Saturday, as I've said before, is a try match for our volleyball team. They will be playing at 10 and roughly 12 o'clock. We will have those matches live here on DPSN for your Saturday viewing. One of the last Saturdays without a full slate of college football. So instead of that, come out and be entertained by our volleyball teams for it. So yeah, that's the rest of the week for Deer Park. Keep an eye out for this week's edition of the Coaches Show, where Jake Schneider and Tucker Berger will break down our win against Norwood last Friday night / Saturday morning. Those of you that follow us know that we ended up in a lightning delay that ended up pushing back the second half of that game to Saturday morning. So starting 1-0 for the year. That the Coaches Show will be posted on Facebook and then this YouTube station as well. So Deer Park was able to get a side out quickly. Now we are having some discussions at the scores table. It is 1-1. So while we got this little stoppage, head on over to our social medias real quick. Find the link that is about the voting for our Inquirer Athletes of the Week and vote for our football team as Small School Football Team of the Week, as well as Deshaun Hedges for Small School Football Player of the Week. You can now vote unlimited votes from now until Friday at 4 o'clock. Last year, you could only vote once per hour per device. Now, all you got to do is refresh the page, and you could sit there for an hour and vote for your Wildcats every time if you wanted to. But yeah, head on over, get some votes in. Douglas sends off the free ball. Good defense by the Warriors. That was going to fall in that back corner. So another instance where we got our hands on a block, but just does not fall our way.
career kill.